Welcome to Community Connections with Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County. I'm just one of your hosts. Sean Boyle with me is
Ashley Mott.
And welcome to what is a weekly radio program on 104.5 The Flame at 10 a.m. on every Sunday, but also thanks to a wonderful partnership through WLX-TV, the St. Lucie County Education Channel. We come to you via video and or YouTube or wherever you may find us.
We're multimedia.
We are totally multimedia to talk about what resources and things that are available for you and your families in St. Lucie County. Now we at the Children's Services Council, despite hosting a radio program and a TV show, we do 5 things for our community. And those 5 things are: 1, make sure every baby's a healthy baby; 2, stop child abuse before it happens; 3, keep kids off the streets; 4, keep them in school; and 5, keep them off drugs, alcohol, and other risky behaviors by offering programs and resources for all families in our community.
I was counting with you.
I know, it was throwing me off.
I saw you keeping track on your fingers.
I know, and I saw you nodding as I was going. I appreciate that.
Just making sure you got them all.
The cadence was good.
Yeah. So there's a couple different ways where you can learn more about our programs, and one of them is on our website, which is cscslc.org. We have a list of all of our programs there, along with a printed copy of that list. So we have a family guide.
I brought it with me.
You brought props?
I brought props.
Oh my goodness.
I came prepared this time.
So we have this printed family guide that is available on our website, but also in this version, which we can deliver to your place of business or your church for distribution through your members. So if that's something that you might be interested in, you can always give us a call at the office, 408-1100, and we can bring these to you. We've distributed, I want to say, in the last maybe 4 or 5 years since we've gone to this model, there's at least 60,000 of these out in the community.
Yes, and I can vouch. You can actually read it. It's not that so small of a font. It's
Without
actually
your
readable.
glasses,
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh, good. So again, this is available on our website, along with a description of all of our programs, links to events that we share with our funded programs, but also we have a Facebook page, and we share a lot of information on our Facebook page about who our guests are going to be on the show, so that's always a good place to look.
And we will also share, for the radio listeners, we will share a link from WLX, which you can also look up on Facebook, WLX-TV, I believe.
Yes.
They'll correct me in the studio. I apologize if I messed that up.
Yeah, so there's a lot of information that you can get through our Facebook page as well. We post just about every day, whether it's a tip for parents or a link to something that's happening in the community. This summer has been crazy busy with events, I feel like, so there's been a lot of stuff that we've posted on Facebook in regards to things that are happening.
And it's a good way for people to communicate with us as well.
Yes, we get a lot of questions.
Usually like between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m., a lot of those questions come in through Facebook. But if you want to call during regular office hours, you can also reach us at 772-408-1100.
I was going to say, normally when those messages come in, you or I answer them.
Exactly, both on the phone and...
Yes.
But, you know, we should reiterate, the whole point of this show, if you're a first-time listener, you're like, why did they give these people a TV and radio show, is to connect you with resources or ways to get involved, because if we are better educated as a community, there may be a resource that maybe your children are all grown, don't live in this community, but whether you are at the cooler at the workplace, if people still do that, or at the coffee machine, or at the congregation, and you hear somebody talk about, you know what, my child needs school supplies, or I need health insurance. There are resources in our community, and we are better if we are connected.
Yes, and we share a lot of those opportunities as well. So if you have some free time on your hands and you're looking for something to do, it's a good place to stay in touch with us to kind of get some ideas about what's available.
And you shared our community resource guide. We also have an app, so if you have an iPhone or the Google Play Store, it's available in there. But another great way is just to watch us once a month and or the radio program once a week.
You can
I'm in a playful mood today,
much.
Keith.
You can learn so much from those things, so it's a good place.
So it is the summer.
Well, it's hot. We were talking about that.
But it's also the summer, because it could be hot in Florida and not be the summer, but it is very, very hot.
That's a good point.
We parked in the shade today, but there are things that are happening in the summer. We obviously have, I believe, 15 plus summer programs happening.
Yeah.
End It, one of our new programs that both is operating in the summer as well in the fall. They have a new location. Have you been out to see it yet?
I haven't, but I will say they are one of my favorite people to follow on Facebook, because they post videos about what the kids are doing all the time, and it's so fun to watch how much fun the kids are having there.
So if you're a child, if you're like, you know, I realize it's now summer and my child's been playing Xbox way too much and you still want them to enroll in a camp, you can go to our website. You have all the summer programs listed on there. It's not too late, but it's also time to start thinking about the fall.
That's a scary thought, isn't it? We're almost going back to school.
I know.
Oh, deep breaths. Deep breaths.
When it goes down 1 degree temperature, it's time to start in the fall. But it's not too late. So if you don't know what your child's going to be doing after school, by all means, check out our list of programs. We're going to be expanding them come October, so there's even going to be more after-school programs.
Very exciting.
But it's not too late to call and start investigating where your child is going to go.
And through the app, which you mentioned, there actually is a really cool feature there where you can actually map the locations of those programs. So if you are looking for something close to their school or close to your office or close to home, you can identify where all the programs are located and figure out which one is the best fit for you.
And by all means, feel free to call our office at 772-408-1100 or message us on Facebook to ask what program might be appropriate for your child. But I would strongly encourage to start investigating now and go actually check out the site.
Yes.
And talk to the staff that's there and make sure that it's a good fit for your child.
We actually have a few really cool things happening in some of those after-school programs. Not only are there new programs coming on in October, like you mentioned, but a lot of our longtime programs have new locations or have expanded. So there's a lot of really cool things to check out come August.
Now, before we get to our guests, because it is the summer, there's a couple of constants that happen in summer. It's going to rain every day about 2 p.m. It's going to rain hard.
Yep.
And your umbrella will either be in your car if you're in the office
or at home.
in your office if you're in the car.
Mine's usually at home.
I already mentioned it's hot. And that we sponsor the summer movies.
Yes. So every year for about 5 or 6 years, I think, we have partnered with Regal Cinemas down at the Treasure Coast Mall to do their Summer Movie Express. And you're so good with props
today. I came
today.
so prepared today.
That's impressive. So this year, the theater is actually doing movies on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for $1. You can get into, they show 2 movies every week, and we have a full list of the schedule on our website, but also every Monday on our Facebook page, we share what movies are being played that week. So
we give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
well, you haven't seen a lot of them.
I haven't seen most
I would
of
imagine that our guest and I have seen most of them because they're kids' movies. So there have been some really good ones, but I will say coming up, Lego Batman and Trolls, that's a good week. That's a good week to keep an eye on. So there are some good movies still coming out.
Captain Underpants?
Captain Underpants, that's a favorite at my house.
I have not seen that movie, but
unfortunately.
when my kids were growing up, they loved those books.
Yes, so there are still movies. They are actually running through August 16th. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 10 a.m., they show both movies every day for $1.
And I will, I say this every time we talk about the summer movies. I know we have a lot of grandparents that live in the community, whether your kids live here or they're visiting. What a great way to create a memory with your child or grandchild by taking them to the movie. Plus, it gets you out of the heat. But to get into the movies for $1, you can't beat it.
No, there's not much you can do for $1.
No. Can you rent a movie for $1 anymore?
No, it's $3.99 on my TV. That's what it says. There you go.
There you go. All right, so we have a great guest that's waiting patiently. She's kind of laughing at us a couple times. I don't know if that's fair.
You're comedians. I mean, what can I say?
We did joke that it was a comedy hour while she was here, so we'll see. We do have a great guest with us today. Jessica Parrish is with us from United Way of St. Lucie County, and we, for the last few years, have spent some time talking as kind of a preview for back to school about school supplies.
Yes.
And I think that's something that our community has been really supportive over the last few years. But there's a little twist this year. We've got some new stuff happening. So we wanted to make sure that we gave Jessica an opportunity to talk about those things and kind of share, like we said at the beginning of the show, how the community can get involved. And there's lots of ways to do that. So first, thank you for joining us on this very warm day.
It is hot. It is hot.
It is hot. So talk to us a little bit about the shift. Like United Way has always kind of been the spearhead for this school supply drive in our community.
Yes.
But we're making a little transition over the last couple of years. Kind of talk to us about how that happened and what you guys are doing.
So over the last 21 years, actually, it was dubbed the School Supplies for Students program, where we would collect donations and do a mass sorting and packing event at a school locally and deliver all those supplies straight to the schools. Typically, at that point, guidance counselors were responsible for the distribution to students in need at each of the schools. Over the years, we've kind of been looking at it. Several different organizations have been doing drives, and it was getting a little busy in that market, per se. So we had talked about switching the model to, it's called a Teacher Resource Center, where it's a store where teachers can go and shop for the supplies for free. for their classrooms, and it goes straight to the students by the teachers on a daily basis. So the teacher can shop. The way it's set up right now is twice between August and December, and then twice again in January to May, and they can stock those items in the classroom in case little Timmy doesn't have a pencil. The teacher can hand one straight to him.
So that's very cool. And this is actually a model that is done throughout the state, in other communities, and does very well in those communities. So it's not something that you guys came up with on your own. It's just a great idea that we're sort of replicating from other communities.
Correct. I mean, nearby there's one in West Palm called Red Apple Supplies, and then there's one in Brevard County that's called Supply Zone for Teachers. So we have visited both of those to try to take the best options out of both of those and meld it into our own. We actually piloted it this year as an online store, kind of like an Amazon for supplies, but it's free.
Did you do 2-day delivery?
We did not do 2-day delivery. I couldn't commit to that. It was a week delivery, but still.
That's good.
The teachers were able to log in on an online platform, place their orders by a certain deadline, we'd pack them, and then through our partnership with the school district, their courier would come and pick them up and deliver them straight to the schools. So during that piloted time, we did 101 orders. It was through 2 schools.
Wow.
One school, we ended up having 78% of eligible teachers shopping online, and the other school it was 69%. So a lot
excellent.
higher than these stores we toured in our north and south. They
that's
were only
excellent.
looking at about a 30% teacher usage.
So in the
we are
upcoming
higher.
year, this fall, are you opening it up beyond 2 schools?
Yeah.
All the schools?
I mean, okay.
Don't make her nervous.
We did
It's
say
the
it was
summer,
hot.
it's hot.
You just made it a little hotter in here. We are actually looking for a physical location to be able to open it up to all the schools. If we continue in the online only option, we most likely won't be able to hit all 40 plus schools in St. Lucie County.
So
a lot of
that's a great segue or a moment to say if you need space. How much space
We
do you
do need space, probably about 2,000 square feet.
And it's retail kind of space, right?
Correct.
Because the teachers are going to be shopping there.
They'll be shopping. They'll be coming in physically, shopping, picking up their supplies, and checking out through a computer system.
And when they
So, yeah.
shop, will they pay as well with air quote money?
They do pay with air quotes while they shop.
So you're looking for about 2,000 square feet.
Yes.
Are you anywhere particularly in the county?
No, anywhere we'll take anything as long as it's free.
All right, so there you go.
We like free.
We
We're
like
talking
free.
about connecting people to
There-
resources,
yes.
but there's ways to get involved if you have a business or a church that has up to about 2,000 square feet
Yeah.
for you to, now is that 12 months or obviously that's during the school year?
During the school year, yeah. So it would be roughly beginning of August, depending when school starts, through the end of May would be the prime shopping times.
So before we go further into how everybody else can get involved, let's just talk briefly, if we can, the need for school supplies. Because there are kids in our community that aren't, if anyone who has a child in school, you pick up the list from your school
Right.
and 20 plus items, anywhere
I
from
know.
4 boxes of Kleenexes to markers to glue to paper. But there are some families in our community that list is unattainable.
Absolutely. So there are several organizations throughout the community that are providing supplies and backpacks directly to students and families. Our program more delivers the supplies straight to the teachers to be able to help that student in the classroom. So if they see a student that comes in without a backpack the first day or without pens and paper, composition books, expo markers, let me tell you, are a little ridiculous in the
They're
pricing.
expensive.
They are. And everybody wants like 4 packs of 4.
And so you and I both have 3 kids.
Yes.
That's a lot.
It is.
That and for some families, that's a huge expense
Yep.
at one time even.
Yep.
So it's really great that we have opportunities like this. And I know even from the pilot that you guys did, the teachers had great things to say about it. They were really
Yeah.
appreciative of the opportunity because it gives them a chance also to kind of take a little bit of the burden off themselves. We hear all the time that they're going out and spending their own money. You have a teacher in your house. You
I
know
do. I
what's
do.
happening
You know the
there.
budget.
At least $500.
Yep. So it really does give them sort
Yeah.
of a break.
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
awesome.
nationally the average is about 1,000 that
Yeah.
teachers are spending out of pocket on school supplies for students in their classroom. Not their own
Wow.
kids, but just students that come to class not prepared
It's
for the
usually
first day.
about $500 right before school starts, and then throughout
then in
the
the middle
year,
of the
it's
year.
like, what's this
adds
Amazon
up.
package? Oh, it's something for class. And like, every week there's something else.
Exactly.
Well, it's a great benefit for them.
The stores that we toured in Brevard actually stocked books that could help set up classroom libraries in the classes. And they also provide different materials to decorate the classroom. So that's a huge expense of teachers also, to make it a comfortable, warming environment for the students on the first day.
That's very cool.
So how can our listeners and viewers get involved?
Give me free space. Just joking.
Well, we've covered that.
Check.
We've covered that.
If there's any organization or business or church that is interested in adopting a school, we have several churches and businesses adopt a school and provide backpacks full of supplies to the schools directly. We could also host a supply drive at the business or organization. Or volunteer. We have our Stuff the Bus event coming up on July 21st, next Saturday actually, from 9 until 3. And volunteers are in a 2-hour shift. So they sit outside of a Walmart building to help collect supplies that are donated to the program and any donations that come in as well.
So we should also say, for anyone who is shopping at a Walmart on those days, there will be friendly faces outside asking for donations, whether it be supplies or cash.
Yes.
Both are acceptable.
Yep, they'll be passing out a little list of suggested supplies. So when they go in to shop, composition books, wide rolled paper, it's all on a little list while they're in there shopping. So if they hit up a Walmart, don't get scared by the people in the United Way shirts. They are just there recruiting and collecting supplies and donations for the program.
About how much have you guys collected per year? I know you have a great partnership with Publix, who does a lot for this, but at those Stuff the Bus events, there's a lot of supplies that get collected on those days too, so that's really important for this mission.
Yes. So last year at the Stuff the Bus event, I think we brought in just under 3,000 in monetary donations, but we also brought in several thousand items of supplies, pencils, pens, even book bags. People have gone in and bought book bags. We had one lady go in, buy a plastic bin full of stuff, came in, dumped it out, and went back in and bought another full bin full of supplies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the
Give her name and
generosity is
number
great.
and
I
call
know.
her and say,
I
"Be
need
sure."
to.
Yeah.
But talking about Publix does a cool tools for back to schools drive. That's a tongue twister.
That's a lot.
So starting July 19th, they will start collecting donations at all the checkout registers that go to the Cool Tools for Back to Schools drive. And Publix uses that money to purchase school supplies. So each year we're the beneficiary of the school supplies for our local Publixes. Last year we got about 35 pallets worth of school supplies, and the year before we got 65. So it's all driven by the donations that come in from the register.
I see.
You know, last year we did have Irma. So that kinda,
And I'm glad you brought that up, because you go to a store and they'll ask, do you want to give $1? And it's usually somewhere national. And you're like, I want my money to stay here. But now we know it's going to stay here.
The Cool Tools for Back to Schools, they end up purchasing the supplies and delivering it locally here. I think it's $5 for the little bag that you can use, their reusable shopping bag. All those donations come straight back to the United Way of St. Lucie County.
That's awesome. So you've just given people several different ways to get involved, and we know that people are going to be at least at Publix or Walmart in the next couple of weeks. So there's a lot of different ways that they can participate in this Tools for Schools program without really even having to go out of their way. It's very convenient.
It is. It is. I believe the Cool Tools program is running July 19th through August 3rd. So during that time frame at the registers, they will be collecting donations, selling the reusable bags and things like that. So yeah.
So what's your ultimate goal? Like, I mean, obviously unlimited. I want 100 pallets of paper, but what is the goal each year?
That would be too much. Let's back that up. I don't want 100 pallets of paper. No.
She would need 100 people to do that.
Right, exactly. So all of our supplies are stored in the school district warehouse. So we have a huge partnership with the school district for this program. And we're also looking at storing supplies in the logistics center right there on US 1 in the old Sam's building. So we have 2 staging sites potentially for supplies. So we can take in a lot. But definitely the supplies that are needed the most, composition books, we don't get through our donations from Publix. Expo markers, copy paper is huge for the teachers. When we started the pilot, the copy paper was done in the first week of what I had on stock. Yeah, it went quickly. Also hand sanitizer. So we had several of the little 3-ounce bottles. that was gone in our first week also.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, Sean is a big fan of hand sanitizer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Well,
know
think
if you
about
know
like
that.
especially in the kindergarten classrooms where the
yes.
kids are touching so much stuff. Just hand sanitizer alone goes
That's great.
rather
And,
quick.
I mean, those are things typically too. I mean, composition books and expo markers for sure are on their list. I don't know that I've ever seen hand sanitizer on a school supply list.
Or copy paper,
Yeah,
really.
I don't think
Yeah.
it would have dawned on me copy paper either.
No.
Yeah.
So your last year model, when you piloted 2 schools, you really probably got a good idea of what is really needed and kind of
Yes.
helped shift where you put your resources moving forward.
And we did surveys of all the teachers that shopped online to see if what we had available is what they need. And we did set up some quantity limits so that they're not pulling
the
everything
copy
off the
paper.
shelf right away. And we were surveying to see if those numbers that are set are reasonable. You know, is it okay that they're limited to 6 backpacks a shopping session or something like that?
So I think I kind of just put this together in our conversation. So if you get a physical location, if somebody can provide that space to you in kind or next to nothing, you'll be able to expand to more
Correct.
teachers. If you stay online, you have to limit the scope.
Correct.
So there you go, folks. If that's not a better reason why, if you have
Challenge
2,000
accepted.
Right?
square feet space to donate, because if the United Way gets the space, you can open it up to even more schools.
We could.
Have a greater impact.
We could. We could potentially open it up to all the schools, all the public schools in St. Lucie County if we had a physical location, because it's not as volunteer heavy, you know, packing the supplies, taking in the orders, and boxing it for the courier and having a courier deliver. If we maintained it online, we could probably add maybe 2 or 3 more schools, but there's no way we'd be able to go the full 40 as a sole online.
So I don't want to get way into details about this space, but
Yeah.
for anybody that's maybe like, you know, I have a church that maybe has 2,000 square feet, but you know, it's used on Wednesday nights and Sundays. What hours are you looking to operate? Are you looking to store it there permanently and then be open from 9 until?
So here's the wonderful thing. The supplies would have to be maintained there. We're not going to be able to transport
Yeah.
back and forth and shift it around. But with our online platform, the teachers can reserve a spot to come and shop. So they schedule an appointment to come and shop. And then we can schedule our hours based upon the demand of the appointments. If we only get one appointment on a Thursday night, we'll probably shift that to maybe a more popular day on a Friday or Saturday. So it'll all be driven by the needs of the teachers.
And I bring that up so that if somebody has 2,000 square feet, you're willing to be a little flexible
Absolutely.
with the days and the hours.
Yep.
There we go.
I like it. And you did mention volunteers, and the plan is to also have volunteers who are working sort of as the associates, so to speak, in the store model.
Yes.
So are you still looking to recruit volunteers for those
Absolutely.
purposes?
Yep. And there's also a model where teachers can volunteer to help man the store and earn an extra shopping trip. So instead of the 2 that are set by policy, you know, in the fall and in the spring, they could earn an extra trip in each time as long as they volunteered in the store to help man it and stock the shelves.
I want to be a store greeter. Greet everybody that
Perfect.
comes in. Can I do that?
Perfect,
I'd be
yes.
great at that. I'd be great at that.
Or the carrier, take all the
No,
bags
no,
and boxes out to
no.
the cars.
I said greeter, not carrier.
Oh, man.
Yes.
But that would be a great thing for a church or a business, kind of like a volunteer, like let's adopt this for the month of
Right.
April or whatever. That'd be great.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
So you mentioned Stuff the Bus. Do you still
I
need
did.
volunteers for that?
We
as
do,
well? I
yes.
know that's coming up quickly.
It is. It is. So if you're interested in volunteering, they're set up in 2-hour shifts. You can visit our website, which is unitedwayslc.org, and there's a link for a Sign Up Genius site where you can register for the spot. Yeah.
And we should say your phone number just in case somebody wants to give you a
a
call
good idea, isn't it?
they got a great space. I actually know your phone number by heart. It's 772-464-5300.
Perfect. Look at
Wow.
you.
There's only like 3 programs I know of for sure that he
That's
has
not
the
true.
phone number.
It's like 5.
Okay, maybe 5.
All right, give him credit.
Maybe 5. Well, that's
Yep.
very cool. I'm really excited about this, and I know I have a teacher in my house that I grew up with, so I know how needed this is for them, and what an awesome opportunity it will be for our community to get behind this sort of new change in the school supply initiative that's happening here.
What's your timetable on securing the location?
Yesterday.
ASAP.
All right, so don't delay, right?
Right? I mean, ultimately, I'd love to have it open before school starts, but like we were talking earlier, that's only a month away.
That's very
So I know. So hopefully by September, we could secure a physical location and allow shopping to begin.
So I'm really wanting this to happen. Like from
I
the
see
show.
that.
So is it possible somebody, an entity could commit for 4 to 6 months? That
Yeah.
would work, right?
Yeah.
Or 3 months?
Or even if they could commit maybe September to December and then maybe January to May. If there's 2 organizations that can commit during that time frame, we could always shift it. So yeah.
All right. The challenge has been laid.
The wheels are turning. Can you
Right.
see
I
that?
see that. It's
And
great.
if you do have space or you want to volunteer or you just want to be part, give Jessica a call at 772-464-5300.
Perfect.
And there's always a continued opportunity for businesses or organizations to host a school supply drive. You really do those all year long.
We do,
because
absolutely.
You'll be stocking the store all year long.
All year
now.
long, yes. So there's opportunities for businesses to do a kind of like a spring cleaning where they go through their supplies in the business
Oh,
and maybe
great
they have
idea.
40 staplers and they only need 10.
We'll take
So they
them.
could donate those also. Those could go straight to teachers. So there's that opportunity as well.
That's very
So
cool.
we sponsored, we
Yes.
did a sponsorship
Yes.
for the school supplies. So
Yes.
what did you use our money for?
I haven't used it yet.
Expo markers?
Just came in. I haven't used it yet.
Okay.
To be determined.
Supplies that are needed for the store. Backpacks,
Expo markers, those expensive ones.
composition books.
So we have a couple more minutes left on the show.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the United Way? I know you guys just made a couple of big grant announcements.
We did a couple. Yeah, we did. We just announced funding of 22 programs, roughly about 1.5 million. We're working on the press release now, actually.
Oh, this is
So I have it
Exclusive.
right in my head
Oh,
because I was
exclusive.
editing it
We like
yesterday.
And just to clarify, when I said a couple, I was thinking of the one particular category. I wasn't shortchanging your 22.
Look, you just
He
weren't
was trying
focused
to
on
get that
everything.
exclusive information. That's
Yes.
what he
So
was
this
saying.
year we moved our health to a collaborative impact model. So we awarded a 3-year grant in the area of health to Tykes and Teens for their infant mental health program.
We know that one.
Yes. So that is now a new funded partner of United Way. We have not funded them in the past. So it's a
That's
new
exciting.
partnership between Tykes and Teens and Early Learning Coalition.
That's very exciting for our community because we
It
know that as a funder of that program, the need has been immeasurable. So
Yeah.
that's very cool.
And we should say, I think most people in our community are very familiar with the United Way. But if you're not, if you're like, Sean, I'm not interested in school supplies, but I am interested in what they're doing in regards to health, economics, or
Health, financial stability, education, and basic needs.
I was close.
So
But
close.
if you are interested in that, you obviously, workplaces can donate, congregations can donate,
Yep.
individuals can donate,
Yep.
and it's the same number.
Exactly. And we also every year do volunteers that serve on our investment panels to help make the funding decisions. So each year we go out and tour these agencies, grill them, and determine funding based off of our volunteer inputs.
So there's multiple ways to get involved with the
So
United Way.
many ways. Yeah.
If
Yep.
anything, come to some of their events.
Yeah.
Those are always good as well.
We enjoy those things.
All right, we are winding
Thanks,
down. Anything
Jeff.
else you want to add before we head out?
No, I don't want to get cut off for time. So
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
thank you for having me.
And by all means, get involved. Call the United Way, 464-5300. We are out of time. It's a weekly radio program on 104.5 The Flame. And remember, it's our children, our community, our future. We're all in this together. We'll see you next time.